Hello and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I thought we could do a little bit of baking and make a brownie cheesecake. Now this recipe comes to me from my good friend Quicksmoke, who after his grandmother passed, he was going through her things and found an old recipe book that she had hand typed, and this was one of the recipes in it. When we were up there last summer visiting him, he allowed me to go through the book and choose a few of the recipes out of it, and this is one of the ones I chose to bring back and work with. Unfortunately, as I said, Grandma Quicksmoke did pass away about this time last year, and I thought this would be the perfect time to honor her memory by making one of her recipes. So the ingredients that we are going to need are one 12-ounce bag of chocolate chips that I've gone ahead and divided. I took a half of a cup out that we're going to use for the topping, and the rest of them are in this bowl, and I've gone ahead and melted them. Now I did them over a double boiler, but you could certainly do this in your microwave as long as you do it in small steps so you don't burn your chocolate. We're also going to need a 2/3 cup of flour, a half of a cup of sugar, 4 tablespoons or a 1/4 of a cup of butter. We're also going to need a half of a teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, as well as 2 eggs, and that's all for the brownie base. For our cheesecake layer, we're going to need 2 eggs, a half of a cup of sugar, 1 tablespoon of flour, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 tablespoons of milk, 1 brick of cream cheese, and 2 tablespoons of butter. So I'm going to go ahead and get this stuff moved out of my way, and we'll start with our brownie batter. Alright guys, so the first thing we need to start with is adding our sugar as well as our butter. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my hand mixer and cream the butter and sugar together. Alright guys, there we go. Now I did forget to mention that you do want room temperature or softened butter as well as your cream cheese. It just makes it a lot easier to cream together. And now I'm going to go ahead and add our eggs in. Now that I have the eggs in, I'm going to go ahead and add in my salt as well as my vanilla extract. And then I'm just going to go ahead and mix these all together with my mixer. Alright guys, there we go. Now you do want to make sure that you scrape down your sides while you're, just to make sure everything gets well combined. I think that looks really good. So our next step is to add in our flour and our chocolate. Alright guys, so you want to try and scrape all that chocolate out of there. And I did forget to mention that I'm using a milk chocolate, but I believe semi-sweet would work as well. I just only had these on hand. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and go in here and mix this together. Alright guys, I've got this all mixed together, and I'm just simply going around the sides making sure that everything is well incorporated, and it does look very good. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in my parchment lined 9x9 pan, and we're going to go ahead and put our brownie base down. Now I did go ahead and lightly spray the bottom of this just to make the parchment stick a little bit better. But the sides are a little unruly. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get this in there and get it spread around evenly. And while I'm doing this, I would like to remind you guys of the Gamers and Geeks playlist that TopCat and I have going on our channels. It is a community-driven playlist made up by you, our friends and YouTube family. If you would like to be a part of it, it's really easy. All you need to do is go out and make a cooking video and post it to your channel. And once you've done that, just let either JPEG or I know in the comment section of our latest cooking videos, or if you're a part of our Discord servers, you can let us know over there as well. And really the only requirement that we ask is that you guys mention the playlist in your video and leave a link to it in the description, just so other people can find all the great recipes that have been contributed so far. We are over 200, I believe, on the playlist now, which is absolutely amazing. Alright guys, I just need to continue spreading this out, and then we can move on to our cheesecake layer. These side pieces, though, really don't want to work with me very well, do they? Alright guys, I've got the brownie base in there, and I've got it fairly evenly spread out. So I'm just going to set it to the side. I'm going to go ahead and get my beaters cleaned up, and we can move on to the cheesecake layer. Alright guys, for our cheesecake layer, we're going to start with our room temperature cream cheese and 2 tablespoons of room temperature butter and our sugar. And I'm going to go ahead and cream these together. Alright guys, I think that is going to be good enough. I did go in and make sure I scraped down my sides, and it looks perfect. So all we're going to do now is pour it straight on top of our brownie base. And you want to make sure you spread this out evenly. It does help that the cheesecake layer is a little bit looser than the brownie base. So I think actually that looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and leave it just like that. Now all I need to do is put this over in my oven that I've already preheated to 350 degrees, and I'm going to let this bake for 40 to 45 minutes. So I'll see you once they are out of the oven and completely cooled. Alright guys, our brownie cheesecake is out of the oven, and I've allowed it to cool on the counter for about 2 hours. It'd probably be really good to stick it in the refrigerator for a little while to let the cheesecake get really cold. But I am really anxious to get in here and give this thing a try. So I'm going to go ahead and put our chocolate on top. And all I did is I took the remaining ½ cup of chocolate chips and melted them on a double boiler and then put them in a bag. I'm just going to simply start drizzling this back and forth across the top, I think. I don't really want a lot of this on here, but I do want a little bit. We go, and I think if I gently turn it this way and then maybe go the other direction, I think this will make it look really nice. There we go. Yeah, I kind of like that. Alright, I think that looks pretty good. So now all we need to do is transfer it actually down to our cutting board so that we can get a slice of this. And it's pretty firm. It holds together really well if you try to move it. Here we go. Get this out of my way. Oh, it smells so good, guys. When it was baking, holy bobs, I could not wait to get in here and give this a try. So here we go. So I think probably the best way to do this is in what, about 9 equal pieces. So if we go right about there, that looks pretty good. Whoa. I never was the straightest cutter. There we go. And then we'll do it this way as well. Whoop. And I think I'll leave the rest of that for later. So I'm going to go ahead and bring my plate in, and let's grab this piece right here. Alright guys, there you go. There's a nice close look at it. You can see the nice fudgy brownie layer on the bottom and our cheesecake layer on top. So let's get in here and give it a nibble and see what we think about it. It smells so good. Oh, that's good. That is really good, guys. I love the fudgy brownie on the bottom, and the cheesecake is nice and thick and creamy like a New York style cheesecake is. Oh wow, really, really good. I imagine it would be even better when it's cold. Again, I want to say a very special thank you to Quicksmoke for allowing me to look through his grandmother's recipes and to bring a few of them back home to my kitchen. If you guys like this video, leave me a comment down below. If you guys try this recipe out, let me know how it turns out for you. Remember to check out the Gamers and Geeks playlist. I will leave a link down in the description to it. And as always, thank you all so very much for joining me today. I've been Vault Girl. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.